Self-esteem is the lens through which we see ourselves and the world around us. It shapes our choices, our relationships, and our ability to face life's challenges. The term self-esteem comes from the Latin word estimare, meaning to value, rate, or weigh. At its core, self-esteem is about how we measure our own worth. But this measure is not fixed. It is layered, complex, and deeply influenced by our experiences, especially those from our earliest years. To understand the importance of self-esteem, consider its close synonym respect. The word respect originates from the Latin re, meaning back or again, and specere, meaning to look. Respect, quite literally, means to look back or to look again. While we often think of respect as something we give to others, its origin teaches us that respect begins with how we look at ourselves, how we perceive our own reflection and value. If self-esteem is the weight we assign to our worth, respect is the way we examine and honor that worth. Together, they form the foundation of how we navigate our lives. For much of my life, my self-esteem was tied to a memory that I carried like socks in a drawer I never wore, always there but rarely confronted. I was only a child when my mother called DIVS, the Division of Youth and Family Services, to take me away from my oldest sister, Mary, who had cared for me since birth. The reason? My sister refused to buy my mother a pack of cigarettes. That moment, seemingly trivial to anyone on the outside, became a turning point in my young life. I remember watching helplessly as everything I had known was uprooted. It wasn't just about leaving Mary. It was about feeling discarded, as though my worth could be bargained over something as insignificant as a pack of cigarettes. For years, I blamed my mother for every hardship that followed. The abuse I endured, my struggles with incarceration and addiction, the relationships that crumbled around me. I let that memory and the feelings of abandonment and betrayal it evoked define how I saw myself. It became the filter through which I viewed my entire life. Even my faith in God was shaken. How could a loving God allow a child to feel so unwanted, so insignificant? That day planted a seed of doubt in my mind. Not only about the people around me, but about myself. Was I not worth fighting for? Was I not worth more than a pack of cigarettes? These questions lingered, quietly but persistently, shaping the way I approached life. I didn't realize then that my self-esteem was being formed, or rather, deformed, by that single moment. As I grew older, I came to understand that self-esteem is not just something we are born with, or something others hand to us. It is something we build, piece by piece, through reflection and growth. Like respect, it requires us to look back, not to dwell in pain, but to re-examine, to reconsider, and to reframe our experiences. The path to reclaiming self-esteem begins when we decide to see ourselves differently, to assign our own value rather than accepting the judgments of others. That memory no longer defines me, but it taught me a valuable lesson: how fragile self-esteem can be, and how much it can dictate the course of a person's life if left unchecked. My story is just one of many, but the truth is universal. Self-esteem, though shaped by our past, does not have to be confined by it. It can be rebuilt, redefined, and reclaimed.